Well, hello, Professor, and anyone else that might be watching this. I did change my view so that you could see over my shoulder. I do have some books, but hope you're doing well. And just as a reminder, my topic, my research is dealing with deconstruction as it shows itself in popular entertainment. And so, as I kind of started drawing the conclusions from the research, I'd say that the first thing that came out really was the fact that deconstruction is really just ever present. It's here to stay. And I wasn't really looking to find that conclusion, honestly. Jacques Derrida came along and he formalized the concept, but ultimately what we're really dealing with is people's doubts and their objections to Christianity. And so because of that, it really got me to think kind of in the expanse of what we were looking at. So in the shows that I looked at, such as House MD or Glee or even Midnight Mass and the film First Reformed, they're making these arguments, but deconstruction at its very most basic form is really trying to explode the canon from the inside. It's just to say, is this really what's going on? Is this really what's happening? And Derrida said that Christianity was really a prime place and where deconstruction could and would take place. And he's so right, probably because it's always where it's taken place so easily. This is what Jesus does when he throws the money changers out of the temple. The temple was supposed to be a place, a house of prayer for all nations, and they had changed it into a den of thieves. And the question of, did God really say that, can be a horrible question that expels us from the garden. But it also can be an excellent question because it brings us back to orthodoxy and it brings us back to, well, more closely aligned to the actual Christianity. The second thing that I just saw is that, like I thought, popular entertainment is an excellent entry point. Face-to-face engagement in apologetics is difficult for a lot of reasons for the average Christian. And I think a lot of that has to do with emotion. So a person who's deconstructing is emotional. We see that through the entertainment, through the way that they form these stories and characters. But then when we run into these people and they say things like, God is, the spaghetti monster in the sky, we have an emotional response. And so we don't hear what they're saying, which is, it seems like God is just made up. And thus we can't engage. And so popular entertainment is a great entry point for the Christian into an apologetic, a defense for the faith. And the final thing, conclusion-wise, that I drew was that even though the people that are in popular entertainment are creative, they're just not that creative. They're not coming up with brand spanking new objections to the faith. In fact, the most obvious, most common ones I found were anti-intellectualism, the fact that it's just a simple-minded person that would have faith to begin with, hypocrisy, and the problem of evil. The last two, Christians are hypocrites, and the problem of pain or evil, I figured that out going on the way in. What shocked me was that for the two shows, House and Glee, that I looked at, they're prime time, and they made the most simplistic arguments against faith. There, of course, was hypocrisy and pain there, but the predominant claim was, well, Christians are stupid. It really amounted to name calling, and I think that that's probably worth further research, but obviously we're not doing that now. As far as my application, why I think it's really going to work is because of kind of what I alluded to earlier. It is difficult to go face to face and not have an emotional response to somebody who's emotional. We want to defend our Christ as we should. Other people who are experiencing hurt either through church culture, at the hand of Christians, or a misunderstanding of God. And so through a class that allows us to understand deconstruction, to take a look at the public nature of deconstruction, to understand what they're saying and listen, this is the opportunity for us to really listen to form the apologetic, and then in turn look at entertainment to see the way that they're creating worldviews all around us, will give us an opportunity to kind of give us ammunition to put bullets in the gun so that we can go, okay, these are the common objections to Christianity. And when I hear it, I don't have to be offended as much as I just have to, well, as Spurgeon said, uncage the lion that is Jesus. And so hope you have a wonderful weekend, and well, God bless.